Welcome to MPItv, sponsored by Caesars Entertainment, with Caesars Forum opening in 2020. By now, you've read up on the state of the industry in the May issue of The Meeting Professional. Now, we're hearing from meeting professionals from across the globe about hot topics like hotel commission cuts. Here to discuss is Mazda Miles with Perfection Events. Mazda, as a planner yourself, what can event organizers do to adapt to this change?
So I've always integrated commission structure as kind of a discount if it's there. So meaning we do this service, the sourcing portion of it, here's where the commission comes in. And I've always presented it in a way that is a value to you, that I can get commission from a hotel, because if they were not willing to pay, you would have to pay. And so if it ever goes away, those clients have already been, prepped that what that expectation is, what that dollar amount is, and that I expect to make that dollar amount regardless of who's paying me.
Mazda, thank you. Another topic making major headlines in Hollywood is sexual harassment. Joanne Dennison with The Meet Guy joins us now. Joanne, how can we work to combat sexual harassment in our very own industry?
I think the worst part sometimes is the subtle more than the very obvious and direct. In the days when I first started doing trade shows and planning them, and the whole concept of booth babes. And they were very, very pretty young women, very scantily clad. And I'm not a prude, but it was just very out of place in a business setting, especially as a woman business owner trying to be taken seriously in what might have been a predominantly male environment. And luckily, I think we've gone away from that. Anything to me that makes people feel uncomfortable or feel pressured about sex itself becomes a form of sexual harassment.
That's great insight, Joanne. Now, safety and security is at the top of everyone's mind. Kim Estep with Convention Nation is sharing steps her company is taking to balance safety concerns and the enjoyment of events. Kim?
It's the venue that should create the plan. The planner can then react to that and make adjustments if necessary, but that means the planner's not taking up a ton of their time to come up with every possible scenario. They know their venue inside and out. They have groups all of the time, so they know most eventualities they can prepare for.
Renee Radabaugh joins us now to talk about diversity and inclusion in events.
It's understanding who your audience is and digging in a little bit. So it might be, what are the dietary requirements? What are the language requirements? What are the, what's the mix of male and female? What's the age group? You don't take, a bunch of 80-year-olds zip lining, and you don't take a bunch of 20-year-olds to a reading room. Really and truly, it's about taking the definition of diversity and then analyzing it about what you want to accomplish.
Our last guest is Angeles Moreno, who graces us on the cover of the May issue of The Meeting Professional. I would like to have your take on how meeting professionals can successfully engage their attendees.
The first thing I would suggest to do after so many years of organizing events is analyzing the groups of attendees you have, characteristics, levels of expectations, and how to achieve satisfaction, and then apply the right method to achieve that.
Read what even more meeting professionals have to say about hot topics in the industry in the May issue of The Meeting Professional.